XRP's moments of truth has appeared before our eyes from BC Backer. So in today's video, it's all about what price can XRP reach and the technical analysis side of things for XRP's chart, guys. Now, right now we're at a critical point in time, literally, because we're at a Fibonacci level, which is the 0.786. This is basically the last line of the bear's defense. If we could clear, which is at $3, so basically that's a psychological, oh wow. Not only is that a Fibonacci level, but that's a psychological level as well, guys, right? And it's the last defense that the bears have. If XRP can break out here, right, maybe hold it as support, the next line is 340, but at that point there is no more resistance, right? No more resistance, guys. Look at this. It held support here multiple times. I'm pretty sure if you look at the past as well, back in 2017, it probably held some form of resistance there. Held resistance right here, right? So this line at $3 is basically the last line for us to escape, and then new all-time highs will be reached immediately. But as well, even if we get rejected off of here, right? Let's just say we come back down, right? It doesn't matter because it touched the 0.786, guys, which tells me once again it has activated for a new all-time high, right? When you're bearish, you're not supposed to retrace back to the 786, by the way, right? That's like super overextended. Max maybe the 702 right here, right? But it surpassed that. It touched the 786, which in my opinion it has been activated to go to a new all-time high. Even if we get rejected, it's gonna come and go back up, guys, right? So that's just me. That's what I believe. I believe XRP will create a new all-time high here very shortly. That's why whales are opening massive longs. Whale alert! XRP whale just opened a massive $15 million long position on Hyperliquid. What is this? Right? Not only that, he opened, I think, a 20 mil Bitcoin position as well, guys. Right? So whales are now becoming bullish. Whales are now swimming around, playing in the water, guys. Right? It's time to wake up because the Kraken is about to be unleashed. Right? So coming here, volume is still doing great, guys. We just need volume just needs to keep going higher and higher and higher, right? And look at this though. The way we would know when skyrocket, when moon, is looking at the XRP spot inflow to outflow ratio, right? Now the XRP spot inflow ratio, guys, at the present moment, it's neutral or about. If we could see some green flash, why is that massive? Because that's when XRP went up ballistically. Okay, when we see these spikes of green, you guys see this other spike that happened on the second week of January of 2025. That's what happened, guys. Right? Look, big spikes occur with a spike of XRP's price, right? So we just need a lot of inflows, spot inflows to activate, and these were like 100 mil clips, guys, 100 to 200 million, right? So that's what I'm saying. You don't even need much XRP or much money to really manipulate XRP to go higher, and it will 100% hit $100 in my opinion by the end of the cycle, right? So when we start seeing these green spikes appear suddenly, and it's gonna happen quickly as well, guys, they're not gonna let anybody wait. That's when XRP's price will literally just explode, right? Are you guys ready? That's what happened throughout this whole period. By the way, inflows, outflows, but the bots held the line. More inflows, outflows, the bots held the line, and more inflows, right? And then throughout this whole other period of just sideways action, downwards kind of, what happened then? Look at this, right? Just more so red, guys. Look at that. Outflows, right? So we just need green, or money to be pouring into XRP, which will happen sooner or later. Even if we come back down for a cool-off period, right? It doesn't matter because remember, it has been activated for the next like higher. ProSure XRP ETF just released, right? So imagine all the ETFs that are about to get greenlit here soon as well, shortly, rather shortly, guys. It's gonna get dangerously bullish for the bulls. Okay, so now that we know that XRP will create a new all-time high here very shortly, okay, like probably, I would say by the end of this month maximum, we'll create a new all-time high, guys. Okay, that's just my opinion. It doesn't have to come into fruition, but there's a possibility, and I think I'm gonna go with my gut feeling. So now that let's just close our eyes. Okay, XRP has created a new all-time high by the end of this month, by the end of July, and August it's a brand new month where the sun shines, right? Where gold activates, where well, what can XRP's price really reach and head towards? We have our first price prediction here. XRP, do you comprehend, my friend? What do we have here? So let's investigate further. So basically on the higher time frames, this is on the 2-week, very massively explosive. You can't even imagine, guys. So when looking at patterns, right, the higher the time frame, the more explosive it is. If you look at this pattern, if you go create a, there are and okay, so let me just explain. I'm trying to rush because I don't want this video to be 50 minutes long. But on a lower time frame, such as the 5 minutes, patterns are created more easily, right? Because the time frame is much more quicker. But when you look at a higher time frame, such as the 2-weekly, it takes so long for a pattern to materialize, right? Because it's a 2-weekly chart. And on XRP, what do we have here? Possibly a bullish pennant pattern right here, right? If you take, and the target is the pull, right? The pull of the move takes us to literally $22 to $30 here. $22 to $27. That's odd because I've seen a lot of $20-ish predictions from credible sources, right? Like David Shorts, perhaps. A bunch of people, guys, right? Credible Crypto. Yeah, so it's gonna happen, guys, right? And when it does happen, it's gonna go like this. So just like fast. Not even that, to be honest. That's like a long time, right? It's gonna happen within literally a month, guys, like that. Literally. Right, literally a month. It's gonna happen so fast. It's gonna be unbelievable. Why? Because look at these patterns. Look, XRP went from 50 cents to $2 and changed, no, to $3 in literally 2 candles of the 2 weeks. So in a month, right? 2 weekly candles in a month. Here's another prediction from Sistine Research. My target for XRP is $33 to $50. Feels a bit conservative as we are following a very similar pattern as of 2017, but much larger. Do you guys see what I mean? $100 isn't off the table here because XRP is literally following a pattern back from 2017. It's actually larger, right? It's actually larger, which means the percentage is probably higher as well. I'm just gonna say again, you guys already know my price prediction, $100, guys, right? Targets could be as high as $77 to $100, but remember, we said this years ago. That's my moon target, but my actual beyond the moon target is $1,000 plus, which is 4 digits. Happens probably after the collapse, which is after next year or within, depends when it occurs. AI predicts XRP to hit $35 in 6 months. Watch closely. 6 months, $35, right? That's how XRP moves fast. So this is what the AI believes. I'm guessing it created some type of chart. Now, what's very odd about this chart, guys, if you guys haven't noticed, look at this, right? It literally grabs. This is how I know for this chart to probably be legit, even though it is AI created supposedly. It literally grabbed the liquidity right here. You guys see this? I don't know the price. Maybe $5. So XRP shoots up to 15. It came all the way back to 5 to grab this liquidity, and then it shot up to 30. That's what they love doing. That's how I know this chart is probably legit. Right? Very interesting. Very, very much so. And here's another one. XRP's monthly RSI repeating 2017. So do you think it's out of the realm of possibility for XRP to get to high double digits this cycle? No. Because XRP, okay, let's just investigate ourselves. Okay? So XRP back in 2017 rampaged the percentage. Let's just say from the bottom of the wick, not even that wick, all the way down there, to all the way to the top of the wick when it ended, 65,000%. The bottom from right here to the top, 65,000% takes us to Oh yeah, guys, this is insane. 65 takes us all the way to, let's see here, $250. Wow. Wow. $250 literally $50, guys. Right? Now, hold on a minute. So let's say, well, how much is 100? 100 takes us to 27. So divided by 2 basically. Wow. If we went half the cycle, guys, that's $100. Interesting. But wait a second. Because this cycle here isn't as long as this cycle here. You know why? This cycle took 1,300 days. This cycle took 2,500 days. Almost a double. Okay? That means there is a possibility of it doubling this percentage because the formation or the pattern of this is double the size of that. Right? Which is over 100,000, guys. About $500 here. Yeah. People I think are underestimating this chart, to be honest. You guys see how it's actually a possibility, right? It actually is, because it's repeating 2017. Look at this. The first cycle peak for XRP and the second one on the RSI on the monthly, right? But again, the price will shoot up insanely hard for the RSI to try to kill the bearish divergence, right? Now, how high will this candle go is the question. Nobody knows, right? But it's going to be a crazy... That candle right there was how much? 1,400%. 1,400% from here takes us literally to $40. Yeah, guys, I'm telling you, people are underestimating XRP right here. People are, when literally the charts are telling the truth. And it's saying, wake up, see the truth, right? Maybe listen. Because if you sell too early, you may, I mean, profit is profit at the end of the day, right? You can never go wrong with taking profits. And the way I would do it, if I held a large amount of XRP, the way I would I would sell is by scaling out, dollar cost averaging out like this. Not right now at all, not right here, but like around maybe $6, it begins slowly just scale out, guys, right? So in case if it does dump, you at least got some profits out, and then you could re-enter. But who knows if it's gonna ever dump, right? It's just gonna keep going higher. But then that's why you scale out slowly, right? And it's the opposite of dollar cost averaging in, right? It's dollar cost averaging out, guys. So there it is. Let's wait to see what happens next. But again, if you're not super bullish right now, then maybe rethink twice. No, financial advice. What is this? So amazing. See ya.